Sai Ram. It was the year 1981 and it was Dasara. I had just finished my master's in chemistry and had come to Prashanti Nilayam. From the year 1979, Swami had allowed the students to form the Old Students Association. It was then called as the Kingdom of Sathya Sai. And the Kingdom of Sathya Sai had broken new ground that year by doing service activities in Prashanti Nilayam. In fact, it had organized 2 camps in Prashanti Nilayam. One was the eye camp, which was attended by very well-known doctors of the time. Dr. Lakshmana Swami Reddy was a professor of ophthalmology. Dr. Sri Ranganath Papaya Gupta, Dr. Venugopal Krishna of the Kurnool Medical College, Dr. Gopal Krishna and Dilip Kumar Reddy were surgeons attached to the mobile ophthalmic unit of the government hospital at Kurnool. They were assisted by a team of 18 medical and paramedical personnel. Along with this, there was also a polio camp which attracted more than 350 patients. All of them, mostly children, were screened and 100 cases were selected for operations. Those who needed only calipers were asked to give measurements, and they were asked to report on November 18th for receiving and fitting of calipers. The operating team of 4 doctors was headed by Dr. Vyagreshwaradu. Dr. Vyagreshwaradu was a pioneering Indian orthopedic surgeon. He was regarded with great respect in the orthopedic circles. He had conducted nearly 400 camps in which he operated on thousands of polio victims. Along with him were others like Dr. Adi Narayan Rao and Dr. Kailash Rao from the KG Hospital, Vizag, and Dr. Ramana from Vijayawada. The camp was organized in the Ishramba school, and I had the good fortune to be present, as I also was an alumnus by that time. And Swami, with his typical meticulousness, came and went round the wards and went round the various facilities which were provided. And Dr. Vyagreshwaradu, who had come to Swami for the first time on that occasion, was going around with Swami explaining every aspect, and Swami was asking questions, pointed questions, and he was very happy to tell Swami all that was being done and all the arrangements which were being done. There were lots of patients, as I mentioned, more than 350 patients had come for the polio camp, and there were more than 800 patients had come for the eye camp. And their attendants were also thrilled that Bhagawan himself visited the venue of the camp, and they were all being screened and they were being admitted. Swami went round and talked to Dr. Vyagreshwaradu, who with great reverence and respect for Swami kept explaining all the details. After Swami went round the entire camp, he said that everything was fine. He got into the car, and after sitting in the car, Swami sent for Dr. Vyagreshwaradu, and in a very innocent manner, Swami said, I just wanted to check up this, Vyagreshwaradu. Have you arranged for blood for the polio operations? Dr. Vyagreshwaradu, who was a veteran of many such camps who had done, who was in fact a consultant of the WHO, told Swami that, Swami, for this kind of surgeries, not much blood is needed, and I don't think we need the cases that have been screened. I have seen they don't require there's no necessity for arranging any blood. Swami very innocently said, "Oh, I just asked. I didn't know, so I asked." And after that, Swami just went away to the mandir. The next day, the operation started. And I remember the wonderful operations which are happening. In fact, many of us alumni and the Seva Dal were assisting in the cataract surgeries. They would give us 2 leads to hold the cornea as the doctor operated. We had to keep the patient's eye open while the operation happened. It was a thrilling thing because I had a moment of reality check, you should say, when I went to the polio camp, and I was supposed to be assisting, helping there, when Dr. Vyagreswarudu cut one of the patient's ankle and blood oozed out. I fainted there because I was seeing the rush of blood for the first time. And of course, within a few minutes, I was back, and it was the entire camp went on very successfully. And I remember it was also our duty to console the small little children. There were a number of children, all aged between about 6 years and 6 and 14 years. So we had to go around the wards and persuade them, console them, because they were all in pain. Once the anesthesia wore out, the pain started, and they were all in pain. And so we had to talk to them, sit with them, console them, and persuade them to have food and medicines. It was a very thrilling experience. In fact, I remember many years later, almost about 10 years later, when I had gone to Anantapur for some work, I met one of these people. One of these people came and told me Sai Ram near the bus stand. And I could not recognize the person. And that person said, "Look," pointed to a young boy, and said, "See how my child is walking today. It is all because of Sai Baba's grace and the polio camp in which you also were present." And it was so thrilling to see the effect of that operation 10 years later. Now, coming back to this polio camp, which was held in the Dasara of 1981, the operations were all done, and it was reported to Swami that the operations went on fine. A day later, suddenly one of the small boys who was operated developed a problem, and he started bleeding continuously, and it was late in the night, and Swami was informed. Swami sent 2 other doctors, Dr. Rajeshwari and Dr. Hegde, P.V. Hegde from Bangalore, who were all ardent devotees of Swami. They also came and examined, and then they could not do much. The bleeding would not stop. And it was then that Dr. Vyagreswarudu realized why Swami had asked about blood, whether blood had been arranged. And I remember late in the night, this boy had to be taken to Anantapur, to the Anantapur government hospital, and it was pouring rain. And in those days, the roads were all not okay. In fact, in many places, the culverts were not there, and therefore there would be streams, and it would be difficult for the matador van in which these people were traveling to go across the streams, because the water would be coming out in great force. And I remember at one point they had to even lift the matador van across the stream, and somehow they managed to reach the hospital, only to find out that it was a Sunday, and the duty doctor was on his way home. He said that he had finished his duty and he was on his way home, and the person who was to come in was a junior doctor. Luckily, because the experts had come, they took over, and they did the needful, and of course the bleeding was stopped, and by evening the child was stable, the vitals were all stable, and in fact Swami even made this announcement in his discourse that the child is safe and all are fine. And at the end of the camp, all the patients who were there were given spectacles to wear, and it was such a joy because I remember one person telling in Telugu that what a great good fortune, not only to receive the specs but to see Swami as the first thing to be seen through the spectacles, as the first the first blessing was receiving the specs, and the second one was seeing Swami through the this blessing of the specs which was given to him. It was such a wonderful experience. Swami teaches us that the fruition of our education is service. It's only when we are able to open our heart and share our love with all those who come that we get the joy. And this is the joy that education gives. And Swami always wants us to get involved in service, because he says that if you can utilize all the skills you have learned in the service of mankind, that is the proper culmination of your education, and this is the wonderful opportunity that an educated person gets to serve society. We will continue in the next Parayanam.